Welcome back to Bo's Garage. So you're deciding to get into the auto industry, and you're not sure what you want to do. Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is go with the things you know how to do. It takes a special kind of person to work in each kind of department. I was a salesman at one point. I worked as a parts person, and I also work as a technician. Personally, my favorite job out of all of them has been technician work. I like turning wrenches. And I guess that's just because I have a hyper fixation on figuring out how things work, why they work, and being able to mess with them. With that being said, parts person is not a bad job either. Every body fits the cog differently. If you hyper fixate on fixing things and you like to cuss a lot, smoke, and be left alone while you're working, technician is up your alley. If you're slightly autistic and have a fixation on organization, parts guy's up your alley. If you're smooth and slick, salesman's your job. If you like getting cussed out for not giving a customer a Coca-Cola or having to put a big smile on while you're getting cussed for everything you are, service advisor's up your alley. My wife's been the service advisor. That's been her job for a while. Now, granted, she doesn't do it anymore. She got out of the auto industry entirely. But that's just kind of reality what happens. You can make some great money in the industry. Some good money. All right? Depending on the dealership you work at, obviously everyone's pay scale is different. When I was a part person at one dealership I worked at, I got a base salary and then I got a commission. My commission was 3% of the gross that our department turned. So my base salary was just kind of crap. It was like $750, $800 every 2 weeks. And then I got our gross commission, which our grosses were like $75,000 a month. So I would get 3% of that. So in turn, I think like my last year working there, I made like right at 50 or a little over 50 G's. Not fantastic money, but down here in South Mississippi where I live, it's fairly affordable. So it was actually pretty good money for the area. Now, where I currently work, I make substantially more. And I work in an air conditioning shop. But, it just kind of is what it is. I know I've got buddies that are technicians at the local Mercedes-Benz dealership. They get paid very handsomely there. And, it just all depends on where you're at and their pay structure. Now, one dealership I worked for was straight commission as a parts person. And when they bring you in, prepare for a month without any pay. And also, that dealership treated me like absolute garbage. It was a horrible place to work. Negative 1,000 out of 10. Do not recommend. Like, these were some of the scummiest people I've ever been. And I couldn't figure out at first why everybody was quitting. And then I figured out real fucking quick. But anyway, you will have that in the auto industry. You will have dealerships that treat you like crap. Best phrase I ever heard in my life: toolboxes have wheels for a reason. Sometimes it just ain't worth it and you got to drag up. And it is what it is. It's either bad management, you're not getting paid enough. It just all depends. But it's not a bad field to get into. But if you want to make some money and you like cars, the auto industry is where it's at. The best salespeople I ever met when it comes to cars are non-car people. Serious as a heart attack, the best salesman, because most car guys are kind of trying to nudge you towards cars they like. Non-car guy sales guys are going to be more chill, at least in my experience. What you do want, though, your parts persons and your technicians to be fully nerded out car people, especially people that are nerded out for the brand you work for, because they become a thesaurus of knowledge when you need it. One of the technicians I had a pleasure of working with when I worked for Ford, as a technician. This man knew everything you'd ever want to know about Fords, especially he worked as master tech for 30 years. This man was a walking encyclopedia for Ford. So he was the guy you wanted to know if you wanted to figure out how something was. His favorite thing in the world was the Panther platform, Crown Vics, Grand Marquis, town cars. He could tell you every single thing you ever want to know about those cars. But yeah, just a this is a short blah, blah, blah video. If you want to get in the auto industry, come on down. We need some people.